The other point is our military. I support a strong military with a non-interventionist foreign policy. So I think that if we want to declare war, if we want to ask the men and women in this country to go to war, I think the Congress, who has the war powers, they should debate this and they should give us a clear declaration of war. Also with the military, we have troops in 700 bases in 130 foreign countries at a cost of about $1 trillion a year. And I think this is just too much. I think we have to pull a lot of these troops home, and we could use that money to kind of like wean us off of some of these socialistic programs that we're on. So with those two main things, I think we can start to talk about Congress, because Congress, last I saw, had a 14% approval rating, which means that they have about 86% unapproval rating. And the congressman that I've been running against is Congressman Elijah Cummings. So there are differences between me and Elijah Cummings. To start with, I don't think the federal courts should force states to accept abortion. Congressman Cummings doesn't see any problem with that. In fact, he's gone as far as 2 times, passed up on the chance to ban a procedure that kills partially born children. And if given the opportunity, I would vote for the Human Life Amendment. Second thing I think we'd have to say is I love liberties. And seeing what has happened to our Fourth Amendment just really does bother me. I think we have to get our liberties back. Right now there's a bill before the Senate, it has to do with housing, but buried in that bill there's a piece that says that internet providers like eBay and some of these other ones, they have to tell the federal, if this bill passes, they have to tell the federal government about our purchases. Now, this is an invasion of privacy as far as I'm concerned, and unless the Congress stands up and weeds this stuff out, it's just going to get worse. Now, gun grabbers like Congressman Cummings are always after our Second Amendment, and I think the right to bear arms is essential, not just for protection, but I think it's also essential for protect yourselves against government tyranny or anarchy. I know today was a great day because the Second Amendment got a big boost up there in D.C. with that Supreme Court ruling. And I think anytime you start talking about trading liberties for security, I think you have to be careful, and I think Benjamin Franklin said it best when he said, a nation that gives up liberties for security will deserve neither and lose both. And I think that's exactly where we're headed. Another key issue, I think, is immigration, illegal immigration. I think a sovereign nation protects its citizens. And I think the United States government should enforce the immigration laws. The unemployment rate in the 7th District is 7.8%. If you look at the city, it's 10.7%. And we haven't heard this on the news, but that's what it is. So I think we have to enforce the immigration laws. To give you an example, there was a guy, Walter Abbott, he had a sheetrock business, and he charged $5 to $8 a board to put boards up. Well, the illegal immigrants came in and they did it for $2 a board. Well, Mr. Abbott doesn't have his business anymore. Or I had a patient come in the other day, he's in the union. He came in and he got laid off. And I said, does any of this have to do with immigration? He goes, well, yeah, in a way. He said, because what happens is when the union withholds their money, $1 of that money is for an annuity. And if a person doesn't hang around for 5 years, that money gets kicked back to the union. So there's actually an incentive for the union to hire people who are more transient. So, employment, or if you're talking about assistance programs, whether it's health, whether it's education, I mean, we have to, the government should protect its citizens. So I think that all together, causes us to wonder, where are we going? What can we look for? And I think the thing that we look for is this economic freedom. I see this economic freedom in our liberties. I think that's why it's important that we should cherish them. I also see it in the Constitution. Coming up this Monday, I'm going to be delivering 7 petitions to Congressman Cummings' office down here in Catonsville, and 7 petitions that have to do with unconstitutional issues. I'm going to be asking him for an explanation. The First Amendment gives us the right to redress. It's a little known part of the First Amendment. If you check the very last phrase, which means that anybody who goes to a congressman or a senator and asks for an explanation, they owe you an explanation. So I'm going to be down there on Monday. Coming up on Friday, I believe, the 4th of July parade, we're also going to be in the parade. So anybody who happens to be around, we can also use some cheering and whatever. And I guess lastly, I see this economic freedom in the ballot box, because we have an opportunity to do something here. So years back, our ancestors had a dentist that used to run through the streets on a horse and he hollered, "The British are coming, the British are coming." And this dentist is hollering, "The economy is collapsing." And I think we can do something about it, but we need to go after this economic freedom. Thank you.